Welcome back to the final whistle then for the championship predictions. Hope everyone's well. Hope everyone's had a great Thursday. And yeah, the championship predictions then week 44 as we look ahead to the weekend's fixtures. Some big games coming up in the promotion race, in the relegation battle, in the promotion playoffs. As they look for promotion. Then we are obviously going to look back at week 43 as some real results from week 43, which we're going to look back on. Southampton, I mean, they're putting pressure on Leeds, Leicester, and Ipswich. Leicester losing to Plymouth in week 43. Leeds dropping points against Blackburn. I mean, a big win for Blackburn. Yeah, some big results that we're going to go and cover then for week 43. Guys, as always, get involved. Let us know your predictions when we do get to them for week 44. I'm going to be joined by Football Martin. We're going to go through each game. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. And yeah, let's get started. Martin, how are you, mate?
Jack, how you doing? I'm okay, mate. I'm okay.
Good.
It's an exciting time down here at the moment. All of a sudden, the door is opening, and it's good to be back involved in it. That's for sure. It's really good.
It is
thoroughly enjoying it right now.
Callum says, how are you? Yeah, I'm good, thank you. We do play West Brom, Southampton Tuesday. Yeah, we are going to get into all that. We will do the Southampton-Leicester predictions at the end, as Leicester do take on Saints on Tuesday. Evening, Jack. Which Leicester team will turn up on Saturday? Hopefully the one that can get the job done. Fully agree with that. Hello, David, my mate. Hope you're good. And how are you, mate? Hope you're good. Ant's watching from Hull and back. And right, Martin. Welcome back to the championship predictions, Martin. As this season has gone ever so fast, things are happening in all ends of the table. Talk to me, Martin. I'll tell you what, let me share my screen, Martin, and we're going to go through week 43. We're going to go through all the games there. We're going to talk through all of the games from week 43. There we are. Martin, we're going to start with Plymouth-Leicester. A 1-0 win for Plymouth against the Foxes. Not a result that Leicester City would have wanted. A massive result for Plymouth in the relegation battle as you sip your tea. Yeah, pressure obviously in the promotion race now, isn't it, Martin? That real nitty-gritty now in the season where there's a real handful of games left. Talk to me about Leicester's defeat to Plymouth. I mean, some would say they're shocked with the result. Some would say that Leicester must-win game. Again, dropping points. Plymouth, I mean, they'd have took that, to be honest, wouldn't they, Martin, that result against Leicester?
Yeah, mate, great result for our goal. They must be chuffed a bit. But Leicester, they just the form's not there. I was looking at the form table actually for the last 10 games. 10 games and 10 points. They're going to need to turn it around really, really quickly. Yeah, if you look across their 10 games, they've only picked up 3 wins in 10 now.
Yeah,
which is not good. A game against Argyle, and it was a game that they really needed to go and win. The weekend, I saw some shock results because obviously the Leeds result as well. But the big shock, it was one of the biggest shocks for me. I didn't expect Leicester not to win it. They created a lot of chances. I did watch the game. I thought Leicester were the dominant side, but just couldn't. They were a little bit like Southampton were probably 6 weeks ago, just a little bit toothless in front of goal. And it's hard to get out of that form when you're in it. It's really, really difficult to get out of it because you need to just start finding wins, and you go home and you're relying on your home fan base to get behind you, Jack, and that's a really, really important thing.
Yeah, result that I didn't expect travelling down to Plymouth on Friday. Like I say, toothless in front of goal. You know, we seem to have a lot of the ball and that, and when it comes to chances, we're not taking them, to be honest. And yeah, it wasn't the greatest of performance, I'd say, against Plymouth. I mean, Plymouth put up a fight against Leicester, took their chance when it mattered, and with Leicester, it's like we're lacking in scoring goals up front at the minute. A few sloppy goals being conceded, Martin, in my opinion. The one against Millwall, where we cheaply give the ball away and then Millwall run on it and score. And then the one against Plymouth, I think, was it Bundu, was it, with a goal? And Leicester got caught napping again at the back. And yeah, Plymouth took advantage and took their chance well in the game. And Leicester, did have chances in the game. It shows it by the stats, but stats doesn't win you games, does it, Martin? It's just you've got to put these shots away, haven't you, that count. And if you're not doing that, then it's not good. Then you look at Leeds versus Blackburn. A 1-0 defeat for Leeds United. Their home run coming to an end after a real good home run for Leeds. Blackburn, Sammy Smodics scored for Blackburn. A good result for Blackburn, Martin, like the Plymouth. A big result for Blackburn as they real look to stay in the Championship. Not the result that Leeds fans would have wanted, making it, I think it's 1 win out of 5 now for Leeds United in the league. Pressure's on, isn't it, Martin? In these next few games.
We said that on the Championship predictions many weeks ago, that they were chasing and they had all the work to do. They got themselves into a golden position. And they've haven't been able to hold on to it, and that comes down to professionalism, doesn't it? It comes down to mentality, comes down to work rate, effort, and endeavour. And they have a really, really tough fixture, which we'll look at Monday night. I think they're under a bit of pressure now. There's only been one team that's really benefited from these slip ups, and it's my team down here on the south coast, because it's opened the door for us now, big time, but. They got some big games Leeds coming up. I'd say the weekend's game's big, and then they got to play Southampton as well. And that they pay, if Southampton can keep the form going, I would fancy Southampton to go there and give them a very, very good game in the final game of the season. But who knows? Will it go to the final game of the season? You don't know. That could potentially, looking ahead, it could almost be a playoff game, that one. So you just don't know. It could be winner takes.
Yep. Martin, Ipswich dropping points against Borough. I mean, Borough's now 9 games undefeated in all competition. Ipswich, I mean, not the result that they wanted. I know they were a point clear at the top, but they needed to capitalise, didn't they? After Leicester's result on Friday. Failed to do so. Ipswich, I know they keep that home run going at Portman Road in the league since obviously that defeat to Leeds last year. They've been undefeated since then in the league, but not the result they would have wanted against Borough, Martin. A draw, I mean, it puts pressure on, doesn't it, in the last 3 games of the season, obviously, with them set to play Hull and Coventry away, and then Huddersfield at home.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought, really, because they had to go on the road for the 2 games after the Borough games. It was a game you really wanted to go and get a result in. But I saw Borough at St Mary's a couple of weeks ago. They're well organised. Latte Lath, we spoke about on the phone the other day personally, and he's in really good form for them. Top draw player. He's just sort of starting to find his feet, isn't he, in the Championship? And they're a good side to play against Borough. They return home for the weekend fixture against Leeds, but not surprised they got a result against Ipswich, to be quite honest. I thought if they could frustrate them, because they frustrate teams because they get bodies behind the ball and they break. Character, well organised manager. Do they have a slim chance of players? Probably not, but they're a side that have found form at the right time. Unbeaten in 9. They're in a good position, but Ipswich don't play for a couple of weeks now, so. A little bit of a blow for them not playing, breaks momentum, but in the last 3 they've drawn 2 and lost 1. So obviously they would have been keen to put things right this weekend. They don't have that opportunity to do it, and as we found out down at Southampton, that's a really tough thing to deal with. To go 2-3 weeks without a game it breaks momentum, whether you're winning or losing, because if you're winning, you want to keep the winning mentality going, but also if you've not had a couple of great results, you want to just put it right. But when you don't have that opportunity to do it, it makes it really tough. We had a real tough time after the international break, and you want momentum. Momentum's key at this time of the season.
Yeah, complacency is another one, isn't it, Martin? Where you can't be complacent at this time of
Mm,
the season. If you are to wanting to get promoted, win the
mm,
title, or get a playoff spot, or stay up, it's like complacency's crept in, and it leads Leicester and Ipswich. They need to get the points on the board. But it's like when one loses, it's like they both slip up afterwards, and
mm.
no one seemed to have capitalised in the last two sort of game weeks, with Ipswich, Leeds, Leicester. Um, but it makes for an interesting end of the next 3-4 games.
Mm.
To be fair, obviously it's a neutral because it keeps the championship more interesting. But when you support one of them clubs, it's like, it's just ridiculous, to be honest. You think you're going to get points in these games, and you're thinking, can we capitalize on these sort of teams? And when you're not doing it, you kind of get frustrated. Millwall again, 3-1 winners over Cardiff. Norwich 1-0 against Preston, Martin.
Mm.
Sheffield Wednesday, a big point against Stoke, in that relegation 6-pointer there. Southampton winning it late on. Flynn Downs with the goal in very late stoppage time,
Mm.
for Southampton. Swansea winning 1-0 against Rotherham. Sunderland beating West Brom. Birmingham, big 3-0 win, Martin, for them, over Coventry City. I mean, I was quite surprised with the results. Most
Yeah.
people went for a Coventry win in that one, but then Birmingham, you couldn't really. They weren't really a side where they were going to roll out the carpet, was the Martin, and really just give up. They actually showed fight in that game, Martin, and I think they rightfully deserved the 3 points.
No, they did. Fair play to them. Pleased for Gary Rowett, mate. To be fair, he's gone in there. He went to school actually. I was at a parents' evening for my daughter last night, and I was chatting to a guy there that knew Gary Rowett. He said that he went to school here, grew up here on the Isle of Wight as well. So fair play to him. He's done a great job. I'm looking forward to meeting him. He's coming down here actually to play a Legends game, for an Isle of Wight Select 11 against the Southampton Select 11 Legends. So looking forward to having the opportunity to meet Gary Rowett actually. But I'm really pleased for him. I think that might just send him on their way now. Birmingham City might need another win, but I think that they might. We were all saying, "Well, could they go down?" But they've got some good players, and they've been unlucky in the last couple of weeks. A big win for them has been coming. They just didn't get come against Coventry. But I saw Coventry at St Mary's on Tuesday night, and I think focus was slightly turning towards this FA Cup semi-final that they have the weekend. But I was surprised at Coventry when I saw them at St Mary's last week, midweek. I didn't think they weren't as good as I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, Ipswich making a thing about George Hurst being back. Is he all that? I thought George Hurst were out for the rest of the season. Jockey, to be fair, mate. I didn't know he was going to be back in time. George Hurst, I mean, did really well in League One for Ipswich. He started the season off well. It's just, yeah, the injury come at the wrong time of his season for George Hurst, to be honest, against Leicester. But yeah, he's a real hold-up player, isn't he, George Hurst, Martin? He can get in with the goals. But yeah, Birmingham, showed real fighting talk against Coventry. I mean, it's a result that they much needed. It's like the teams at the bottom now, Martin, they seem to really up their game, don't they, against the teams at the top and that. And they're really at this pivotal point of the season, because their fighting is as much as we are as well at the top. And yeah, it makes it quite a bit of a matchup, doesn't it, Martin, when things like that are going. Bristol City left it late on to get a draw against Huddersfield. Hull 3-0 winners comfortably against Queen's Park Rangers, against Begovic's side. Tuesday, Southampton played their game in hand against Preston North End. Martin, dominant performance, was it? Against Preston. I mean, I don't think Preston really turned up, did they, in that game?
No, I wouldn't. I think as Southampton fans, it's easy. You don't want to get too carried away. But it was a poor performance from Preston. Felt sorry for the travelling fans. But Preston were poor, but Southampton were really dominant from the go. They were good with the ball. They moved the ball quick. Had an issue with the goalkeeper in the warm-up. Gavin Bazunu got injured in the warm-up. He's out for the season. So we had to bring in Alex McCarthy, who's been out in the cold. He was third choice, but he brought him in because he's got Premier League experience, played for England, and he doesn't like the ball at his feet like Gavin does. So he looked to get the ball forward a bit more. We looked more balanced as a side. He went with a left back at left back, a right back at right back. The two best centre-half pairing, the best centre-half pairing at the club. The midfield was balanced. Shay Adams is just like, he's in the purple patch and he is unplayable, Shay Adams, at this moment in time. He could fire Southampton to automatic promotion, in my opinion. I think he's outstanding at the moment. Adam Armstrong's electric. I think, though Preston didn't turn up, I thought the performance against Watford first half was outstanding. Thought were brilliant for sort of like 35 minutes. Let them back into it, but managed to get the winner. I just think the momentum to win 3 consecutive home games against some good sides was always going to be a big ask, but it sets them up nicely for 2 away days now. I'm really, really excited to what could happen the weekend. I think a result against Cardiff, and you could say it's proper on for Southampton. And I went through my permutations last night on what I think might happen, and they're a massive outside. We got a massive outside chance right now. Could go on and win the league. If results went that way, it depends what other teams do. They're massively written off. I listened to TalkSport yesterday, and Simon Jordan was like, I think that he felt that Southampton were the dark horses in the team to watch right now. I think he's correct, because as we know, momentum's pretty strong in football. Russell Martin, in the 9 games at the end of Swansea's season last year, he managed to pick up no defeats and 7 wins. So he's a man that knows how to deal with the end of season. He's got everyone fit and raring to go as well, which is really exciting. Really excited.
Yeah, Southampton have picked up points, haven't they, on Leeds, Leicester, Ipswich. They've made it interesting. They've gone from people writing them off, thinking, you know what, they're in the playoffs now. I mean, we spoke about it, didn't we, Martin?
Even
you know, where did Southampton go with? And then now all of a sudden you got a few wins together, and now it's gone from a 1-horse race to a 3-horse race to a 4-horse race. And this is the championship, isn't it? And I think this is what neutrals enjoyed, how interesting the season is and how entertaining it is for a neutral perspective to see the battle at the top, the battle at the bottom. Some would really claim this is probably the best ever championship season they've ever seen, regarding 2 things happening at once, with the promotion push and the relegation battle. So, yeah, it's one to really keep an eye on. Some big games coming up now for Leeds, Leicester, Ipswich and Southampton. And then obviously the teams at the bottom as well. It's going to be interesting there to see who gets relegated, and who finishes where in the playoffs and the automatic promotion spots. But Southampton they're in with a chance now, aren't they, Martin? They're 3 points behind Leeds, with obviously that game in hand against Leicester.
And they have to play them as well.
Yeah, and you've still got to play them as well. So I think Leeds kind of look over their shoulder with it.
Yeah, nobody talks about it actually, but I spoke about it on a podcast I was on last night, and I think the rearranged fixtures for Southampton and they talk about it was always going to be a bit of a nightmare with the fixtures. Actually, it's played into their hands, because when we were going to play Leicester a few weeks ago, we had key players missing. We weren't in the greatest of form. We were bang out of form. Weren't in a great place at all. Same with the Preston game. We had injuries. We had Walker Peters out. We weren't in full flow at all. And the beauty of the 2 games getting postponed like they did, Leicester with the FA Cup, the Preston because of the fire in the buildings at St Mary's, it's actually worked in our favour. And the back-to-back games gives you momentum. He cut out the training session. Players always say they prefer to play than train. And all they need to do now is really focus. They've got 4 cup finals.
It can happen.
I think 3 wins might do it, personally. 4 would absolutely do it. I can't see everybody around us, Southampton, getting maximum points, personally. I'm not convinced we'll get maximum points. We got a big ask. We've got to beat two sides above us. But I think we got more. I think we will give Leicester a really, really good game at at the KP on Tuesday night. I think we'll be bang up for it. We'll be better away from home, and if we can play like we start games, I think we could definitely have a go at it. But we just need to show what we've shown, but be consistent. If we can be consistent, I think we'll give ourselves a really good chance.
Yeah, guys, make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed. Go and check out Football Martin as well on YouTube. Go and follow him on TikTok. He does some great content if you're a neutral and you just enjoy football in general, or if you're a Southampton fan watching this, then Martin's your man for Southampton and keeping you updated of all things Saints. Right, Martin, let's go on to the predictions. The highly anticipated predictions then for week 44. And we're going to start at the King Power Stadium. Leicester, West Brom, Midlands derby again. These two sides last met at the Hawthorns, where Leicester scored a last-minute winner with Harry Winks. The Foxes coming away with all 3 points. West Brom and Leicester, different types of results, mixed bag of results going into this game for both sides. Leicester, I mean, like I keep saying, a real must-win. West Brom, I think they've cemented themselves in the playoffs for me. I think they will finish 5th and finish in there. Leicester, though, this is a real tough game, isn't it, Martin, for the Foxes, for sure. West Brom and Leicester will go and battle it out at the 12:30 kickoff in the first game on Saturday. This is a tasty game, isn't it, Martin, for these two sides on Saturday?
Yeah, it is a tasty game. West Brom, though, winless in 6 league games, head-to-heads against Leicester, drawn 1, lost 5. So an opposition that Leicester will relish. Leicester a bit out of form at the moment. I think it'd be an interesting game. I think they're going to get playoff spot, aren't they? West Bromwich Albion. I wouldn't, out of all the sides I've seen at St Mary's this season, they're one of the sides that have impressed me the most. It was a while ago now. We beat them quite comfortably at the Hawthorns. But I think they give Leicester a really, really good game. I think they give them a real push. You won't like me for this one, though, Jack, but I think it'd be a draw. I think it'd be a draw. I have a feeling that they're that it'd be a draw, 1-1. I don't think there'd be loads of goals in it. I think both teams are out of form at the moment, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a 1-1 draw in this one.
Yeah, I think this will be a tight affair. Between the two sides, both got good attacking players, haven't they? I know, is it Asante's going to be missing for this one for West Brom after
Thomas
picking up
Asante
Taylor Kurtz?
Yeah,
so that's a key blow for West Brom in this game. Yeah, Leicester's got to be up for this one though, Martin. I think we've been better at home. I know I was listening to Talk Sport the other day, and they said Leicester have been better at home than the other way in the last few fixtures, and that picked up some good points at home. But this is where home form's got to be key for Leicester now, Martin. We've got 3 big home games left. The fans have got to be the 12th man, and we've got to get behind the team and really push them on, because this is now the nitty-gritty side of the season, and this is where we've got to go and battle hard if we want to get promoted to the Premier League. So we've got to take the step in the right direction in this game. I think Leicester, for me, will win this one 2-1. I think Leicester will just nick it for me. I think it'll be a tough game, though. Cody. Yeah, I think Connor Cody. I think I'd play him at the weekend. I play Tom Cannon as well. If our wingers get at the next 3 games and confidence is back, it'll be promotion, yeah. Every player's just got to turn up, haven't they, and give it their best. And, they've got to go and pick up the 3 points at the weekend, the Foxes, Like I said, we can't afford to slip any more points with, obviously, Ipswich just ahead by a point. Leeds, not far behind as well. Southampton, I mean, they're a big game after for Leicester. So, yeah, it's one that the Foxes must win. So, I'm going to go 2-1. Next one, Martin, is Cardiff Southampton. I mean, last time you visited South Wales, you played their neighbours, Swansea. You ended up beating Swansea quite comfortably in the first half, didn't you? Swansea come fighting back in the second half. I think it was like 3-1, was it, in that game?
It was 3-1, yeah.
So how do you see this one going against Cardiff?
Yeah, I went down there. That day we went 21 games unbeaten on all competitions. They were really good down there. Southampton were electric for the first 45 minutes. Actually, the performance against Preston on Tuesday night reminded me of that performance at down at Swansea.com Stadium when Southampton were just relentless, and very similar to that little purple patch we had around December, January time when we just were so relentless. Yeah, I think it's a game that will suit Southampton. I think Bullet side, they're really hot and cold at the moment, defeated to a side that were facing relegation in Millwall. They got pretty heavily beat 3-1.
Yeah.
They're hot and cold at home as well. I just think Southampton, it means so much. They got not loads to play for right now, really. You've got to say that Southampton will be gunning for this one. Won the reverse fixture 2-0. A very similar side to what we faced the other night, really, I would say. Just there, be at home. We saw what they did against Ipswich, though. I just think Saints need to go there. First goal will be key, but I don't think it'll be high scoring by any stretch of the imagination. I think it'll be tight, but if Southampton could walk away with the 3 points, I think it'd be massive, and it sets them up nicely for Tuesday, and what probably will be one of the biggest games in the Championship season. But I'm going to go with the Southampton win. I've got a bet on my team, but I do think we'll win it. I'm going to go with a 2-1 victory.
Yeah, I'm gonna back Southampton this game, Martin. I'm gonna back them 2-0. I think Saints have enough to get through this game, to be honest. Cardiff don't really have no to play for, really, do they now, to be honest, in the season. Southampton, they've got a bit between their teeth now, haven't they? They're really grinding out results. Back-to-back wins over Watford and Preston. Huge confidence in the Saints camp now, and 3 points will be massive for Southampton. So, yeah, I can't see it being any other way than a Southampton win, Martin, to be honest. So I'm going to go 2-0 to Saints. Dave's gone for a 1-1. Interesting result there. Next one, Martin. Huddersfield versus Swansea. I mean, Huddersfield fighting for their lives down at the bottom. Much needed 3 points. This is where home form's going to be key with Huddersfield. I believe they've got 2 big home games now against Swansea and Birmingham in the next 2. So this is where they'll feel they can pick up the points. Swansea again, tough opponents, aren't they, Swansea? I mean, they've picked up a few wins as of late as well. So this will be a very interesting game at the John Smiths for me. I'm going to go, Martin, for a 1-0 Huddersfield.
Yeah, I'll back you on that. Bit of a gut wrencher, wasn't the weekend for Huddersfield? 100-minute equaliser for Bristol City. They were pretty much walking away with the 3 points. But they do remain in the Championship relegation zone. They're going to need to get a win. They're at home. They have the home fans behind them. I'm sure they'll pack it out down there on Saturday, and they just need to go and get a result. I think the reverse fixture was 1-1, I saw. But yeah, ahead of this round, no team has conceded more often after the 80th minute in the Championship this term, other than Huddersfield, 15 times, Jack. So they need to see games out a bit better than they do. I do fancy him to go on and win it, though. I'm going to put them down. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win, Jack, in this. Same as you. I want to back you on this one.
Yeah. Next one, Martin. Norwich City versus Bristol City. Bristol City have done well, haven't they, in the last few weeks? But the take on the Norwich side are really strong at home, aren't they, Martin? Sarah, Sargent banging in the goals at the minute for Norwich City, a side that I think will go on and make the playoffs. This is a side who, they can be really tough to beat, can't they, Martin? And I think Bristol City will be a tough afternoon for them, in my opinion. I think Sargent and Sarah being amongst the goals in this game. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game, but I think Norwich will have enough to see Bristol City off in this one. I'm going to go for a 3-1 to Norwich.
Yeah, I think Norwich they're 2 informed sides at the moment. They're both in form. Norwich are in particularly good form, though. They've lost only 3 times since the turn of the year, Jack. They've won 11 and drawn 4. They're in incredibly good form. That, like you say, they're really good at home. Gabriel Sarr, I think he scored his 13th goal of the weekend at Preston. At Deepdale.
Good player.
He's a really, really good player, top player. I think he was in that team of the season, the championship team of the season.
They play
Norwich have
well
not,
against better sides.
yeah,
Yeah.
hot stat, mate. Norwich have not conceded a second half goal at home in any of their last 5 matches as well. They've turned into a really good side. They got form. They go into the playoffs. You wouldn't want to play Norwich right now. I think they're a side that will they cause anybody any problems, like anybody in the division. So yeah, I'll back Norwich. I'm going to go with a 3-0.
Martin, I think you're muted, mate. Hold on. Can't mute your guest. Matt's not connected. Martin's having a few technical issues. His mic has muted. I don't know why. Martin, you there? No. Martin's had a few technical issues. He will be back with us. I think Martin said 3-0. Oh. Let me just drop Martin out. He'll give me the thumbs up when he can come back in. Right. Next one then. Rotherham versus Birmingham. Steve Evans back at Rotherham then. Let's have a look at Martin's back in. Martin, are you there, mate? No. He's having a few technical problems with his mic. Right, so yeah, Rotherham versus Birmingham. We will get Martin's predictions when he does come back on. Yeah, already relegated Rotherham. Steve Evans comes in after the sacking of Liam Richardson in the week. Birmingham, I mean, they'll look to get back-to-back wins after that big win over Coventry City from last weekend. Blues need the points, and I think Blues, for me, will go and get them. I think Stansfield will score in this game. I'm going to back Birmingham to win this one comfortably, in my opinion. 2-0 Blues. I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0 Birmingham. 3-0 Birmingham. 1-0 Rotherham. Interesting. Rotherham 1, Birmingham 2. 3-1 Birmingham. Birmingham City to win 2-0 against Rotherham. 2-1 to the Brummies. 3-1. 1-0 just. Yeah. Birmingham City to win 2-0 against Rotherham United. Have Rotherham any pressure? They'll get a draw, 1-1. Interesting that, Dave. Very interesting, mate, to be honest. Yeah, it's an interesting take on that one. Let's get on to our next one. Stoke City versus Plymouth, a relegation 6-pointer at the Bet365 Stadium. Stephen Schumacher derby. What a game this one is in. This one is a real battle, a real relegation battle, this one. 3 points in this one is crucial for both sides. This is one where both sides really have to go and win. Both fighting for survival. Big win for Plymouth over Leicester. Stoke, I mean, yeah, drawing against Sheffield Wednesday, not the ideal result they'd have wanted in that game. I think Plymouth, for me, will go and get the 3 points in this one in the Schumacher derby. I'm going to go for a 2-1. 2-1 to Plymouth. I'm going to back the Green Army in this one. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1. Let's have a look. Evening, Casey. How are you, my friend? Hope you're good. Stoke 1-0. 0-0. 1-1. 2-0. 2-1. Let's have a look. Reese has gone 1-0 Plymouth. Callum's gone 1-0 to Plymouth. 0-0. Stoke to win 2-0. Yeah. Football Martin should be back with us. It should be back with us, Football Martin. It should be back with us shortly. I'm gathering he should be back with us very soon. I think he's had a few mic issues. So we will try and get Martin back on for sure. I think he will be joining us. Yeah, good mate. How are you? I'm all right, thank you. Next one, Sunderland versus Millwall. Sunderland, not much to fight for in the table, to be honest. So what else? That's Martin. Right. Sorry about this. Yeah, so Sunderland versus Millwall. Millwall, they picked up some good form, haven't they, under Neil Harris? Sunderland haven't got no to fight for, to be honest. I think they're just going to see the season through now. Millwall, well, they've still got a lot to fight for, haven't they? I think they'll still need the points. To be fair, as this relegation battle goes on, but I think if they get something out of this game, then they're safe, aren't they, Millwall? I think a point with them would really do it. Can I see them going to Sunderland and getting all three? I think so. I'm going to back Millwall in this one. I'm going to back them as a 2-1 away win. I tell you what, no, I'm going to go 1-0. 1-0 Millwall. I'm going to go 1-0 to the Lions. Let's see what everyone else is saying. Oh, good. Yeah, Sunderland, Millwall 1-1. 1-0 Sunderland, 2-1 Millwall. 2-1 Millwall. Yeah, 2-0 Sunderland. Yeah. Let's see get Martin back in. Martin, how are you, mate?
Sorry, Matt. My internet in the house just totally died. It's done it a couple of times this week. It's annoying.
Right, Martin, I'm going to ask you for your prediction for the next 3 games. I have wrote mine down and gone through the 3 games. Rob from Birmingham.
I'm going to go with the Birmingham 3-0 win.
3-0 Birmingham. Stoke versus Plymouth.
Stoke Plymouth. I'm going to go with a Stoke win because I want Stoke to get safe by the time they come to St Mary's next weekend. So I'm going to go with the Stoke to win that one, 2-1.
2-1 Stoke, yeah. Sunderland Millwall is the game we've just touched on.
Sunderland Millwall, I think it's Sunderland to win it. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Sunderland win.
2-1 Sunderland, yeah. There we are, we're up to speed. Right, let me just get rid of that one. Get that one out of the way. Right, Martin, we're now up to speed. Watford versus Hull City.
Yeah, tough game, Jack. This one, Watford Hull. Watford 5-game winless run now, drawn 4, lost 1. No chance of playoffs for Watford. Hull, they're definitely in with a sniff, you would think. I think Rossinia's team would go there and get a result. I really do. Hull have received the hot stat. Hull have received a first half booking in just one of their last 7 matches. They don't pick up many bookings. Interesting statistic from Flash Score, that one. I think it'd be a win for Hull City. I'm going to go with a 2-1 Hull win.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 to Hull. I think they had a good result, didn't they, against Cardiff in the last away trip. Big result over QPR. Another win for Hull would really put the pressure back on Norwich, wouldn't it, Martin, to be honest, with Hull having a game in hand as well. Norwich still remain to look over their shoulder just. I think Hull have enough to go and beat Watford. Next one is QPR versus Preston. How do you see this one going? Obviously, Preston, nothing to play for now, really, is there, Preston? I think they'll see the season out. QPR, though, still in that relegation battle, Martin, obviously. What has Begovic said about this relegation battle, Martin?
He just said that he thinks they need another win. He said it'd probably be another win to secure safety for them. They're going to need to get another win on the board. They got tough game on Friday night because they've got next Friday they've got Leeds to play. So I think this weekend is an opportunity where they need to get a win. Preston were dreadful at St Mary's on Tuesday night, but Ryan Lowe will want a reaction from his players, that's for sure. I don't think it's an easy game. Asmi did tell me actually yesterday they're one of the most clinical teams for chances. When they create chances, they score goals.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a really tight game. I'm actually going to go with a draw. I don't think QPR will win it. I think it'd be a draw. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw, Jack.
2-2 draw. Yeah, I've gone for a 1-1. QPR to win 2-0, 2-1. Yeah. Next one, Martin, Blackburn, Sheffield Wednesday. You'd still call this a relegation 6-pointer, wouldn't you? I mean, 7,000 Sheffield Wednesday fans going to Ewood Park on Sunday, Martin. Last time these sides met, Sheffield Wednesday come out on top and beat Blackburn. Blackburn, big win over Leeds, a much-needed win. Sammy Smodics, the man, he's now scored 30-odd goals now, hasn't he, Martin? This season in all competitions. Some going for a centre attacking midfielder who's now turned into a striker this season. He's really helped Blackburn Rovers with the goals that he scored and that. How do you see this going against Sheffield Wednesday? You know, can Sheffield Wednesday go and surprise Rovers on Sunday, or do you think Blackburn pick up the 3 points at home?
Yeah, I think Sheffield Wednesday are going to get a result. Got a funny feeling. Katie won't like me for this one, but you talk about the fans they're taking, must win. They've got to get the points on the board. As Sheffield Wednesday, do I think they get a result? I think they will. I think they do it. He's certainly getting a song out of his team, isn't he, Danny Rowell? I'm going to go for an away win in this one.
What score are you going, Martin?
Going to go with a tight, edgy 2-1 Sheffield Wednesday win in this one.
Sheffield Wednesday. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go for I'm going to go 2-1 Blackburn. I'm going to go 2-1 Blackburn. Smodics to score 2. Last one, game, Martin. The Monday night football. Middlesbrough v Leeds. A real informed Middlesbrough side, unbeaten in 9. They take on a Leeds side who's won 1 of the last 5. Not in some great form, Leeds. They can't really afford to drop points again in this one, Martin, to be honest. I mean, obviously, every team will play ahead of them, Southampton, Leicester, but obviously Ipswich play in 2 weeks' time now, don't they? So Ipswich won't be one to worry about it this minute in time. But, yeah, Leeds have got to go and get a result at the Riverside, haven't they, you know? Emmanuel Latte Laugh is in some fine form for Borough. Leeds are obviously looking... They've got to turn to the likes of Somerville, Rutter and players like that in this game to really get them going and get them over the line in this game, in a big game at the Riverside. How do you see this one going, Martin, at the Riverside for Middlesbrough versus Leeds?
I think Borough beat them. I think they beat them. I think they go home. I think Leeds are under a fair bit of pressure right now. Borough in form, back in front of their home fans. I think they'll be well up for it. I think Leeds are choking a little bit under the pressure right now. I don't think that defeat against Blackburn would have done them any good at all. Then have to go away from home will be really, really tough. Depending on the result that Southampton get and that Leicester get this weekend, they could be under even more pressure. I think if Leicester and Southampton get results this weekend, and Leeds didn't, I think it would cause them a big problem. I think they would really struggle for the automatic promotion places. I think it end up being between 3 teams then, but no, I really, really fancy Borough to get a result. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Borough win.
2-0 Borough. This is a tough one to call this. An informed Borough side who are scoring goals at the minute. Latte Laugh, like I said, is in form. Leeds, you know, they seem to be very frustrated at the minute. You know, they're not in the greatest of form going into this game. Still a lot to play for. And, you know, if they drop points in this game, you know, and the likes of Leicester and that win, it puts huge pressure on Leeds again.
It does.
With obviously 3 games to go now for Leeds. Leeds have got to go in and win every game, haven't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, especially having to play Southampton on the final game now. I think
I tell you what, I'm going 2-1. I'm going 2-1. 2-1 Borough. I think it'll be a tight. I think it'll be a tight game. Both sides be up for it in the game, and I think it'll be a good spectacle between the two sides. And it's one I'll be watching quite closely on Monday night, to be honest. So we'll see. Martin, I'm gonna touch on the last game. We are going to touch on it. You know which game I'm going to be talking about. The big Tuesday night game, the game in hand, the highly anticipated game on Tuesday night. This one has been in the making for quite a while now. So Leicester Southampton, big Tuesday night cracker at the King Power Stadium. The game in hand, both sides looking to really make a statement.
Absolutely.
Talk to me about how big this game is for Leicester and Southampton.
I think it's huge, but I think for Southampton it depends on what they do Saturday. I think if they get a win Saturday, they go to the King Power in really good spirits. I think if they get defeated Saturday, which you'll be hoping for, I think it could be a flat Southampton performance at Leicester. If they can keep momentum going, I kind of feel that Southampton, if they can get the win on Saturday, which I think they will, I think they go to the King Power. They owe Leicester one. I think we'll beat Leicester. My gut feeling is I think we'll go there and get a win. I think it'll be tight, but I think Che Adams will cause problems. I think if Southampton can be relentless, like they have been in recent games, I think they give them a really good game. I think they're running really, really close. I've got to back my team.
Yeah.
If it was a draw, it might be a good result. I don't know. I think Saints need to win all four, really. I just think we owe Leicester one. We were good there last year in the Premier League. Che Adams at the double, late doors. I fancy Che Adams. I'm going to go with a 2-0 Southampton win, clean sheet as well.
2-0 Saints win. Yeah,
it all depends what happens this weekend. I could change my mind if we lost to Cardiff. I think you probably beat us.
Yeah. These next two games for Leicester are crucial. You know, we've got to beat West Brom. We've got to beat Southampton. Yeah, Che Adams, a Leicester lad from Fernby Lodge. You know, loves a goal against the Foxes. I
can't see there being loads of goals in it. I just can't see it.
Nah, it'd be two good sides.
Game of chess. It'd be a game of chess.
Yeah, I think so. And quality in both sides, and I think it'd be a tight game between the two. But I think Leicester will get it over the line for me 2-1, and maybe that'll be enough for promotion. But we'll have to wait and see on obviously the weekend's game with West Brom. If we can win that and then go and beat Southampton, then maybe we'll take a step closer to the Premier League, or even get promoted, depending if Leeds fail to beat Middlesbrough. So. Yeah, it's we'll have to wait and see. So unpredictable it is. Yeah. Martin, thanks for coming on, mate.
I've enjoyed it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I will catch up with you Monday for the match preview.
Yeah, we'll have a bit more of a feel. I'm going to Cardiff on Saturday, so I'll be able to get a really good feel for us. You'll be with Leicester Saturday, so I think we'll both have a very good feel for our team. So I'll broadcast this on my YouTube. I broadcast it on my Facebook channel as well. So if you're tuning in, watching, stay tuned. Monday night, what time are we going live, Jack? So we can punt it all to our viewers right now.
7 o'clock Monday night.
7 o'clock Monday night. I'll be here live with Jack. We'll do the big game preview.
Yeah, appreciate that. Guys, be sure to check in on that one, the preview Monday night. Leicester v Southampton, the big game in hand, and we'll see what happens. But no, for now, Martin, thanks for
thank you.
Thanks for coming on, and plug your channel, Martin. Let everybody know where they can find you, pal.
Yeah, please go over to my page, smash a like on this video. I've broadcast it on there as well. And yeah, give me a sub, give me a follow. I'm TikToker as well. Do a lot of TikTok content. Daily Southampton content. We've got a contest at the moment to win a Southampton away shirt. So if you're in the mix and want to win a Southampton away shirt, jump over to my page. And I'm also going to be giving an England shirt away once the warm-up games come for the England Euro 2024. So make sure you give me a follow, and you'll be first to know about any giveaways that I've got.
Cheers, Martin. Thanks
for
coming on, pal, and I'll catch you on Monday.
See you Monday.
Thanks for Martin. Right, then what's coming up on the final whistle? So We've got a match day vlog out Saturday. Join us for that. We'll have the match preview for Southampton. And then we'll have the match day vlog for Southampton on Tuesday as well. So join us all for that. More stuff to come on the final whistle for you guys. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's show. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed already, please do so. If you're watching on playback, let us know your score predictions and that for the weekend's games. Take care, everyone. Keep it at the final whistle, and I'll catch you again in another stream. Good night. Hi all, thank you for watching the final whistle. If you enjoy all our content, please remember to smash a like, share and subscribe to the channel.